Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to build a layout basing it on the Prima Build a Page January sketch. So here I'm using the Fairy Belle collection by Prima, and that's some cheesecloth, and I just cut some up, and what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of stretching it out and then using some Prima chalk ink to kind of dirty up my cloth, and I'm just inking it up really good and then stretching it out some more and making it spread out and just moving it around and just kind of getting the way I want it to sit on my page. And then once I have it kind of laid out the way that I want it to, I'm using my Helmar 450 quick dry, and I like to use that because it's a liquid glue that likes to dry fairly quickly, but you can use any glue of your choice. The other one I really like is the Beacon. So use anything that you would like. And then what I'm doing is I've already cut, I fussy cutted a few things out of that collection. And so you'll see me using those pre-cut fussy cutted items throughout my layout. And all I'm using is the same glue and placing it on my page just like so. And like I said, the glue dries really fast, so it's really easy to use. And then I printed out of my color printer 2 photos of Hannah, and I sometimes like to use the same photo. I think it gives a really cool visual effect. Here's some more of my items that I fussy cut, and below you can see the collection. So if you are trying to figure out what collection I'm using, all the names of everything that I'm using will be prompted on the bottom. And so I'm just placing it. These are these awesome note cards that I've had for a long time. And I just took one and I cut it in half. And so I can now use them as borders on the top of my photos and then again on the bottom of my photos. So I'm just kind of placing it to see if I like it. And I had already created this layout prior to me showing it on camera, and I took it apart. But before I took it apart, I took a photo of it with my phone, which is why you see my cell phone sitting beside me, because it kind of helps guide me as to where to place my items so that I'm not reinventing the wheel while I'm on camera, so it's a little bit easier. And then I'm just taking some foam dots and I'm applying them at the edge of my petals. And it is really hard to see on camera, but what it does is it creates dimension on the page, so that flower starts to look a little bit more dimensional. And all I'm doing there is just with a pencil curling the petals of the flowers. Again, with the glue, I'm applying it to my photo. Sometimes I get asked, how come you don't use hot glue? If you use hot glue on your photos, what's going to happen is they're kind of going to get burnt, and you're going to see a really weird shadowy effect on your photo. So I would never recommend using hot glue on your photo. It is a question I get asked quite often since you guys see me using so much hot glue. And then I'm just kind of playing around with it. I'm grabbing a little bit more cheesecloth because the way I applied it is not quite how I had it when I first created the layout. So I want a little bit more. So I'm chalking a little bit more up with that awesome Prima chalk ink. Some of my favorite chalk ink ever. I absolutely love it. Just cutting some of those end pieces off and tucking it under my photos, as you will see, just like that, and trying to poke it out a little bit. I just want a little bit more effect. And then I'm applying some foam dots to the back of that fussy cutted image for, again, a little bit of dimension to my page. Otherwise, my page becomes a little bit too flat, and I don't particularly like flat layouts. I'm more about dimension. And then now I'm applying the note card that I cut in half with my Helmar 450 quick dry, and it's not working, so I'm grabbing my hot glue. When in doubt, always have hot glue ready. And then I'm putting my bottom piece again, and I can't find it, and it's sitting right in front of me. Perfect. Then I fussy cutted this other little doily with a little bit of flowers, and I'm applying that on top of my page as well with a little bit of hot glue gun. When you're using hot glue gun, just watch that you don't burn your fingers. And then the last but not least, this is another piece that was fussy cutted out of that same paper line. And then I'm applying it right to the corner of my photos. Next comes the flowers, my favorite part of embellishing the page. I love this purple flower, absolutely love it. So I'm just going to apply it with some hot glue and ensure that some of that beautiful cloth is sticking out for a nice little effect. That's why I was pulling on those strings. And then I just keep layering flower after flower. And I rated my Prima stash prior to creating this layout with all my favorite flowers to match this collection, so that I could just keep adding, and I knew that they would match. Just kind of playing. If I didn't like it on the bottom, I put it on the top. And what's so beautiful about Prima flowers is that you can have flowers from all different collections and all different years, which they will match with almost any paper line that they create, which is really fabulous. So that you can keep Prima flowers forever and they'll match anything you have. This is a vine, and I couldn't find the packaging, but it is a Prima one as well. And I loved the purple. Since that paper has a little bit of purple tones, then I thought it would be wonderful to apply that to the page. And it's unusual for me to use an entire vine without cutting it up, but I happened to use it on this page, which I thought was pretty funny. These are my favorite butterflies, and I only have 2 left. So they were in my hoard vault, but I absolutely love them. They're quite an older collection. Those are the vintage Trinkets by Prima. And I'm just applying that on the bottom because we needed a little bit of metal on our page. And then applying the last of my flowers on the other side, as it needs to be balanced. And grabbing any excess glue strings that are hanging out. And then based on the sketch, I want to now do the bottom. So I fussy cutted a few items. One more, and I'm going to tuck it underneath. And the hot glue kind of gives a little bit of dimension if you don't press it down too hard. And then I'm just applying a little bit of hot glue in the middle of the butterflies so that the wings can be spread, and it gives the page a little bit of dimension. And then another little butterfly up there. A little bit off frame, I'm sorry about that. And then following this sketch, I'm applying another butterfly there, and then another one on the top there, and then the last one right flying out of the flowers. Just like that. And I really want some more of that beautiful cheesecloth to pop out because I ended up covering it with the amount of flowers that I put in. So I want to put a little bit on the bottom so that it kind of matches the top. And so I keep playing with it, and that one's already chalked up. It was just those excess pieces that I had cut off. So never throw anything out. You can always use your excess pieces for something. And then I'm going to apply I'm going to chalk some more of it up, and I'm going to apply it to where the flowers are, just around the perimeter of the flowers, since I covered most of it up. And what's really fun about cheesecloth is that you can really spread it apart and get some really funky, cool holes in it. And or you can use it even for Halloween layouts, creating some spider webs and things like that. So it's super versatile. So something that you can have on hand often, and you can just get it a whole bag at the dollar store. So super cheap and easy to use and really fun for texture. Just applying the last bit of glue, and ta-da! Last but not least, we cannot forget to spray. This is Whale Watch Blue, and that is a demo bottle, so that's why I don't have the proper label on it, and you'll see a couple maybe other bottles with some demo labels. It's not the proper labels. And then some more Wisteria purple blue, just to give it a little bit more texture. And I'm just swirling it around to kind of create a cool effect, and I want the colors to blend together. And I love it because it just gives the layout a little bit of shadow effect. And then last but not least, we're gonna grab our Wicked Witch purple, which is a flat Fabio, so it has no shimmer. And I'm gonna spray it on my mat, and then with my finger, I'm just gonna apply it very softly throughout, just to give a little bit of a purple accent around my page. And I'm sorry there, I'm a little bit off frame. I didn't realize it when I was filming. That's what happens when you really get into creating a layout. You just forget a little bit. Just applying it as much as I can everywhere to create a really cool shadow effect. And ta-da! And then last but not least, the Teeth Chattering Teal is a white with a teal, like peacock shimmer that Lindy Stamp Gang has. It's an amazing color, and it comes in a set. It is absolutely beautiful. So I'm just toning some of the color down a little bit and then swirling it around. And then I need a title, so I'm going to use the beautiful Prima alphabet stickers, and these are canvas stickers, which I really love. So beautiful, and because of my gel nails, I have a hard time sometimes peeling some of the stickers off. So I did that off frame, but I showed you a couple letters, and then I finished the word in the next frame. Here's the finished product, and I just put beauty as the title. Zooming out, and here is a full view of the layout. It's a close view, and then you can view the entire layout coming up. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to find out all the products that I used and still photos, please check out my blog, and the link is below. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.